My name's Helen. I'm the Diddy Stitcher. My pronouns are she, her. It is Friday, the 23rd of June. Not July, June. It's quite cloudy at the minute, but it's very hot. We just had a big heat wave kind of thing. I mean, relatively, I don't know where my phone is. It's been like 25 degrees, which I don't know what that means in Fahrenheit. Okay, so you're gonna laugh at me. So like 25 degrees, we're like talking about like high 70s Fahrenheit, which doesn't seem a lot. But when you pair that with like 80% humidity, it's been a bit awful. And I said this last year, we're just not designed to cope with that here in the UK. Yeah, we don't have aircon. I don't own a fan. Probably should get one. So yeah, but we had a couple of rainstorms. I heard some thunder the other day, and yeah, it's cloudy today, so the sun is not so intense, which is lovely. But anyway, let's get on. I have shuffled my little tarot deck. If you're new, welcome. This is a channel about cross stitch, but the start of every episode, I pull a tarot card for the stitchy community. Last week we pulled the Hanged one, and for me that was all about like the waiting period, you know, not being stuck, but just like it's just time to wait, because I was waiting for my holiday, and I'll talk about my holiday in life updates at the end. But yes, I had a lovely time. I'm done with the waiting. I have shuffled my deck and split, and we can pull the Four of Swords. Lovely. Let's see. Excuse me. What my book says. Sorry, I totally lost where I was. Okay, Four of Swords. Rest up. Okay, I will. That's what the Four of Swords seems to say. This card shows a figure chilling on top of a casket in a church setting. No, it doesn't mean death. Instead of it, it's a sign that you must recuperate after a battle. Heal. Take time away from the daily grind. This will restore your balance. If life has been hard, resting up will do you right. Another way to look at this card is contemplation. If you're pondering a decision, meditating on it longer might be the best approach. Do not rush to judgment. Instead, quiet the mind and give yourself permission to explore the possibilities. Notice the Three of Swords on the wall and the one in the casket. They signal healing, burying the hatchet, or putting something to rest once and for all. The stained glass window has the words Pax, which means peace, inscribed in a halo around the head of the figure to the left. Ultimately, this card is about finding peace and healing. In some cases, this card can indicate hospitalization or a period of convalescence. I remember this one. This is one that my mum, she just calls it the hospital card. I remember. In some cases, this card can indicate a hospitalization or a period of convalescing. I've also seen this card as Sleeping Beauty or waiting around for someone else to wake you up. How funny that we've got another waiting card. Okay, interesting. So, hospital. Okay, yeah. I got my glasses on today. Don't like wearing my glasses. The glare is horrible and I can't do anything about it. But I have an eye infection. Tell you about it in life updates. Maybe that's where I agree. Or maybe you need some rest. Maybe you need some time away from the grind. Let me know. Okay. Tarot. What I'm loving a lot of things, I think. Like I said, we went on our little holiday. I absolutely loved it. But I'm loving my garden at the minute. We got some plants before we went away, and we've got this like big fence, and we've never planted anything there for a number of reasons, but I finally found some plants that will go there because it's like full sun, and especially in this heat wave, it gets really hot. So found some plants, put them in, and they've done really well since we've been away. And there's just so much colour now in the garden, and looking out the window, it's just so nice rather than like just a strip of empty border. We've got some nice colour. They're still small because we just get the small plants and see what they do. But and our sweet peas came out. I'll put a picture in here. I love sweet peas. They're one of my favourite flowers. I had them in my wedding bouquet. I have yet to find a good way of trellising them, because they're like viney plants. They grab onto anything they can, and they're just kind of grabbing onto each other at the minute. So next year I'm going to do better, but the actual flowers look really pretty. So I'm cutting them kind of every couple of days to encourage more flowers. And Anna took some to nursery for her teacher, which she loved. So that was really nice. I'm just loving summer. We just had the solstice yesterday, Wednesday. And the solstice has always been funny for me because I think a lot of people think of it as the start of summer, but I see it as the road to autumn almost. I don't know what that says about me. So in my mind, summers are really short. So to have lots of colour in the garden at the minute is lovely. Anyway. Cross stitch. Finishes. I have, I'm going to say 4 finishes. I'm very excited. So the first one, I showed you the finish, but this is the FFO of my tea berry tile by Ink Circles, as part of the X Stitch the Rainbow Tea Time sale. I love this. I love the fabric, I love the colours, I love the frame that I chose. I'm going to put this somewhere in the house. Like, I keep a lot of my cross stitch here for you to see behind me. But this is like gonna go. I need a big sort out of my galleries. I have like my little groups of pictures around the house. I want to put more cross stitch in them, and yeah, I just need to sort out. So very happy with this one. Trying not to get the glare. Yeah, I love that. I love that so much. It's a bit thick. I put it on the foam core. And the foam core is probably just a little bit too thick for this frame, but my husband managed to secure it. So it's in there. It's fine. The some of the stitches are a lot squished up against the glass, but I don't think you can really see it on a whole. I love that. So that was one. Kind of an FFN, a finish for now. So one of my whips, crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. One of my whips for last time was Tiny Paintings by Tom Katsumi, and I finished The Girl with the Pearl Earring. So this is, I'm still not sure what to call it. black work, but it's colour. It's not back stitch, it's kind of like a four-sided stitch, but with different colours. Like each back stitch is a different colour, can be a different colour. This is on 20 count black Ada, 1 strand of DMC. So I finished Scream a while ago, can't remember. And then I finished Girl with Pearl Earring. So then this is going to be Starry Night. This is the Marilyn by Pop Art. Andy Warhol. Applehead guy. And then the Mona Lisa. So yeah, got Girl with Pearl Earring finished. So that's 2 out of 6. Granted, she didn't have like all that background isn't stitched, so she didn't have as many stitches. But yeah, loving this. So yeah, that was the finish for now on Tiny Paintings, because I've still got 4 to do. But that's fine. While I was away on holiday, I was stitching on Autumn Garden by Wild Violet Cross Stitch, and I finished with a major error, but I finished. So this, the fence, you see how there's like 2 stitches on the top there? It's supposed to be 3 stitches, but I did 1, and then we sat in the lobby of the hotel, because it's like a beautiful library type thing, like all wood panelled, and a fireplace. Even though it was really hot, the fire wasn't on. It was just, you know, nice sofas, nice to sit there. So we went downstairs and sat before dinner, and Alex read his book and I did some stitching, and I thought, I don't need to take the pattern because I'll just do the fence. And I got 1, and I know that there's 6 of them, and I'll just stitch until there's 6 of them. So yeah, stitch the fence, and then kind of the pumpkin was already in its place, and the stem of the mushroom was already in its place. And then I did the rest of this, and I came over here, and there should be a vine that comes out here with another leaf, and it was too close to this edge, and I wasn't going to rip it all out. So yeah, it's missing a leaf. This vine should kind of come all the way out here. But yeah, it's done. It's cottage garden threads. It's gorgeous. So yeah, this was a 32 count Flober, I think they call it. It's kind of an even weave, but it's got that slubby look of linen. I think it goes really well. I'm not sure how to frame it, because it obviously it's supposed to be like square, but mine's too narrow, so it's I don't know whether one of those like rectangle hoops would work. I'll have to look at the measurements, but yeah, happy with the finish for that, because that sat way too long waiting to be done. And then I had a Sappho Faux, a start, a finish, and a fully finished object. This is Acorn by Cotton Clara. This was a embroidery kit that I had from their Kickstarter that they did last year. And I went to their workshop in Leicester and did this heart there, and then we were given a kit to take away, and this is sat in the drawer. So, story time. Don't know if you remember, like probably 2 videos ago, I had conjunctivitis. I had conjunctivitis in my right eye. Got the gel, basically cleared up. It was on the last day of the gel, and then I woke up and this eye was bad. So did some more gel. And they'd always, since then, they've been like dry and irritated, but I've been wearing my contacts. Excuse me. I was wearing my contacts away. It's not, I don't think it's integral to the story, Helen. So I started getting a lot of pain in my left eye. And I thought it was the conjunctivitis again. So I went to bed and fully expecting this all to be glued up in the morning. And it wasn't dischargey, it was just still painful. So my optician does like a health check rather than like a sight test. So I went to see them and they took all the pictures. They looked, all around, and they saw my cornea had a haze on it, they said, and I started getting very worried. But like conjunctivitis is the infection of the white of your eye, and keratitis, which is what I've got now, is the infection of your cornea, which is the lens little front of your eye. So they referred me to the hospital, but it was too late that day to go, so I went the next day, and it's like A&E for your eye, basically. So I was prepping to be there for a very long time. Ended up, I was only in there 2 hours total. But I took Acon with me because it's been sat in my drawer. I've been meaning to do it. It's one thread, no pattern. You just follow the printed panel. And it wasn't too strenuous on my eye because my eye has been like light sensitive, and if I focus on something for too long, it gets a bit tired and sore. So this was perfect. So I think I got like this side of the stem, this acorn, and then down to the bottom by the time I got out, because I had to wait to even speak to the receptionist. They gave you like a little deli ticket kind of thing, and then I had to wait to get triaged. Then I got looked at. Then they did a very simple eye test, and I had to wait some more, and then I managed to see the actual optometrist. They again confirmed that I had inflammation on my cornea, gave me some eye drops and some steroids, and then I was out of there. So came home the rest of the day and then did the rest of that. So it was one day, because I'd done so much while just waiting like an hour, and I was like, I don't want to put this away. I'm just gonna finish it and get it done. So yeah, that's that. I don't like embroidery. I don't have a lot of it. This is a Cotton Clara piece from when I was at the workshop, but this is a sample piece. Somebody else stitched this and I got it for really cheap, but I love the artwork of it. I just don't like actually doing it. This is just some satin stitch, and it was really small, and even then it was like, oh, it's not really my thing. This is an embroidery panel, but I haven't embroidered it, and I think in the big shuffle this will probably go. And then there's this one as well. It's like finished and everything, but it's just the artwork of the thing is cute, but I don't actually want to stitch it. Yeah, and I think it's because there isn't like regimented holes to follow. So you see like this little doot in this acorn. Like it's supposed to be nice and smooth, but I can't make that work. So my acorn just has a defect, and that's fine. Having to use a sharp needle is really, it's like that sensory thing of, nope, don't like it. But yeah, happy it's done because I really like this artwork. So I don't know if I'll put it up here somewhere, or it might sit, because it's quite nice with the colours of my tea berry. It might go downstairs or somewhere else in the house as part of a gallery thing. But yeah, happy that's done. Happy it's out of my stash. If I got another one, I'd probably just give it away or whatever. I did have some other embroidery panels that I'd gotten from Cotton Clara while I was there. Again, like the sample sale, like 50p each, just for the panel, thinking, oh yeah, I can do that. And I've literally come home and I've put it in my to-go pile because it's not for me. It's not for me. But it got me an FFO. A SFFO. Yes, that was it. Acorn, tea berry, autumn garden, girl with a pearl earring. That's a lot. That's a lot for me. Pat on the back for me. So whips. Yeah, so I basically only had a week of stitching, apart from like my autumn garden that I took with me. But a week before we went away, so I've had two things that I worked on in the first week. One of them's my full coverage. This is Moe Chardon by Scarlet Quince. This is on 18 count Ada, 2/1 full cross, and I got a lot done. I actually went back and I took a screenshot of what it looked like the last time I showed you, because there's a lot to do. There's a lot that has been done. There's tons of confetti in here, so it takes an age to do, but I love it. So yeah, got most of this corner done, and I think I'm gonna take it back downstairs and just finish this corner, because then this piece and the sister piece, White Star, will be then at roughly the same thing, at the same stage, and then I can carry on stitching them probably until I get this page finish and the page finish on White Star, and then the next time it comes into like a rotation, I usually work on this and then White Star straight after. I'll make sure I do like so many stitches in each one, so it keeps it at that kind of even stage, because my plan would be to move on to White Star, but White Star has less of this corner. It's like not connected up here, so you lose a lot of the stitching. So that's already done, and I've got more of the more of like this piece done. They both have all the words done, which was, if you've been here a while, you'll know that they were the bane of my life. But yeah, really happy with that. So I think I will just take it downstairs and finish off that corner, just because that won't take too long. And then my other whip from before I went away, I worked on lesson 1 from Plum Street's Miss Lucian's School for Girls, lesson 1 by Plum Street. It says, trick or treat, stitches neat, or prickly needle, stick your feet. So it's really cute. So this one, like, there's obviously not a lot of stitching, lots of blank space, but therefore lots of counting. So, oh, that's stuck in there. So this is where I'm up to. There's tons of extra fabric that I've got to take off. But I think that pumpkin's like the halfway mark, so I'm pretty happy with that. So I think this one's gonna go away, but next time I take it out, I'll probably try and get a finish on it. I'm sure that I've miscounted somewhere, but it's a very forgiving piece for that. So this is 40 count Sandstone by Northumberland Sampler House. So very prim and pretty. I love this peacock dude. I'm using my own conversion of Gast, I think. Calls for crescent colours. That's how old this pattern is. That classic colour works now. And I think I'm just using Gast stuff. I can't remember. But it's just like 4 colours. And one of the colours is a green, which only shows up kind of here on this peacock, and then something over here. Mainly it's just the black and the orange. Yeah, really happy with that. I don't think I have enough time to like do a whole finish this time around, so happy to put that away and just get the finish next time. And then the other one that I took with me while I was away, because I kind of knew that I would finish Autumn Garden. So I took my needle is on there, I didn't lose my needle. This is Cross Patch by Pixel Pixie Cross Stitch. This is on, I don't know what I've done with my start there. Like a 3-inch border there and like a 2-inch border here. Anyway. This is on a piece of 36 count. It looks smaller, probably because I dyed it. I dyed it myself, just using Rit dye. I kind of call it blue jean. It's that kind of denim-y look. And I swapped all the colours to basically what is called for. I kind of just pulled from stash. So I started off with like a lot of loose threads here. So while I was away, I just used all those parked threads and filled it in. So that's why I've got like this long line of red. I just did loads of counting. So yeah, it's quite a diddy one. I really love the words. That's Forest Fire by Karen Collection, and it's a wildflowers. So it's like a 1-ply cotton, which is quite thick, but I think it's really effective, and I just love the colours in it. I wasn't really sure about this colour conversion, but I think it's like quirky, and I quite like it. So yeah, not a whole lot of progress on that, but it was nice just to take it away, and when we had some downtime to stitch on something that wasn't too taxing. So that one will go away as well, I think. And we'll see what I stitch on. So that was 3 whips. Haul, didn't have a lot of haul. I joined Patchwork Rabbit are doing a Fibre on a Whim Fabric of the Month. I've never had a Fabric of the Month club before, and so I was interested when they said that they were doing a Fabric of the Month, and then I've heard a lot of good things about Fibre on a Whim. Not had Fibre on a Whim before, so I thought, why not? So this is Affogato. I got the 36 count for 1/8. So it's like a really nice neutral with this massive like splotch of green. Can you see it better this side? Yeah. this half of the fat eighth. Let me see if I can do that. Just has this massive mottle of green on it. So that's going to be really cool for something. And then the other half is still mottled, but doesn't have like a big thing of a different colour. So 2 really interesting pieces of fabric there. Patchwork Rabbit did have some issues getting it out. I think one of the owners or somebody that works for them had a family emergency. They had to go over to America very suddenly, so they couldn't get a lot of orders out. So we paid for the fabric of the month in April, I want to say, and it was supposed to ship in May, but the shipping got delayed by like a whole month. So I think they've just delayed the invoicing for the next month, but really happy with that. And you know, you can't help family emergencies. But they kept updating, and I think they were getting a lot of emails about when's it shipping. So the other haul that I got was from Megan, half of Long Distance Stitches, and it was our tarot swap. So I got this lovely card. Is it? Can we have this in a cross stitch, please? With some lovely words on her pull for me, and she pulled me the Knight of Swords, and I think I pulled her the Knight of Pentacles. So I thought it was funny that we both pulled knights for each other. And a cute sticker. Yeah, I'm gonna read it because it's cute. Hi Helen, I love this card for you. I pulled it while watching your Flosstube where you spoke about seeking answers and guidance about Spicy Brain. The knight is on a mission and nothing is standing in his way. He will use his intellect to achieve his goals. That's what I see you doing in your quest for more knowledge and guidance. You will not falter. I hope we will meet someday. But until then, happy stitching. That was lovely. Thank you, Megan. And if you would like to swap tarot cards with me, just send me a DM on Instagram or a comment down below, and we can be pen pals. That was all the haul I got. So, plans. Wimbledon starts not Monday, the Monday after. So I'll have a week of like Wimbledon before I see you next. And I get a lot of stitching done with Wimbledon. I love watching it. I can sit in front of the television for hours and watch it. So I'll be working on Moe to get that little bit done. And then let's have a look at the board. So Moe Imperial is what I'll work on until that little corner is done. I'm going to say that I've already worked on the White Star because that's further in front than the other one. So I don't know what to work on. I worked on lesson 1 and I worked on cross patch. Prim animals. It's so hard to decide. Let's do a random number picker. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cabin in the woods. Okay. Cool. And then for my up here stitching between 1 and 4, 1. Prim animals. Okay, I got that out anyway because I wanted to look at it. Because I'm still not convinced about the colours. Oh, it's here. Let me get it. That was graceful. So prima animals are these four little animals. I finished 2, this is the third one, and I'm doing colour conversions on all of them. This is where I am so far with it. Oh, there's my thing. So she got like an orange dress and a pink inner. I'm not too sure how it'll look once I'm up here. And then these red sleeves. I might have to change the red sleeves, depending on how it looks. But it's just really easy fill-in stitching, and it gets all stripy, and I love it. So yeah, we'll do that. Cabin in the Woods and Prima Animals. And then I put away tiny paintings, and because I finished Teaberry and Autumn Garden, which I was working on, which was like my smalls, I can get Gather Here again out again, and work on that when I'm on my Zooms. Yeah, so that's plans. So life, so I'll tell you about my holiday. So yeah, me and my husband went up to the Isle of Skye for our 5th wedding anniversary, and part of that was so on our wedding day we had this box, and inside the box we locked in a bottle of wine and a letter to each other to open on our 5th wedding anniversary, and kind of drink the wine and read what we had written about each other 5 years ago. And we will do this every 5 years, so it becomes like a little time capsule of all these letters that we've written to each other over the years. So our photographer that we had at the wedding, she moved to the Isle of Skye because she was doing like more elopements and small weddings rather than big weddings, and she has a wonderful life up there. So for our first time of doing this, we wanted like a big thing to make sure that we kind of start as we mean to go on. 10 years might be at home with a Chinese takeaway, but that's fine. But yeah, we got up at 3 o'clock in the morning to get ready. So we left at like sunrise and got to Fairy Glen in the Isle of Skye, which is the most amazing place. It doesn't feel real at all. It feels like something that they've built for a movie set or like at Disney. It feels like man-made. Very strange. Anyway, if you've seen Stardust, I think they did some of the filming there for location. It's that kind of magical feeling. So we walked up to like the top of this hill so we could oversee all of Fairy Glen and like the mountains in the distance, and we had Rona, a humanist celebrant, like do the little ceremony and have us read some words, and she read some lovely words and I was crying. And it was just beautiful. I've put some pictures in a little reel on my Instagram if you want to go and have a look. That they were just the preview pictures that our photographer sent us, so there will be more photographs coming when she edits them and everything. So when that happens, I will share more on here with you. But yeah, it was just the most amazing place. I want to move to the Isle of Skye. I love seeing mountains and being near water, and yeah. So that was our little ceremony thing, or kind of in the middle of the ceremony, because we were like had the little together with the celebrant, and then we moved over to the box and like opened the wine and drank the wine. And even though it was like 6:30 in the morning or something at this point, there wasn't a lot of people. We saw a couple of people like in the distance, and then as we were opening the wine, we heard like across the valley this American lady shout, "Congratulations!" Like, oh, anyway, so yeah, it was funny. So yeah, we drank wine on a mountaintop at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was fun. The rest of the holiday was lovely, apart from later that day. We hadn't like been to that area of the island. So we went back to where we were staying, and kind of got out of our fancy clothes and had a shower, and then we were gonna go back over and like explore that side because there's like another little town there and stuff that we wanted to see, and we were going over the mountain road, like literally up and over, and the roads aren't great on the island anyway, but there was a massive pothole that we had a fight with and we lost. We went right into it, massive bang, instant loss of pressure on the whole tire, so we had to crawl down the mountain, pissing off a lot of people on the way, because we had to go so slow because we were just driving on the rims, and kind of get to a safe place to stop and just call someone to come and save us. So we spent about 3 hours, I think, waiting for a recovery, but nothing you can do about it. There are worse places to stop. We were like in this car park overlooking the bay, so could have been worse. But yeah, obviously you're on an island. It takes a long time to move anything, so where we were sat, we could see like the road coming from the main town where the recovery truck was going to come from. So I just sat. We always keep binoculars in the car. So I got the binoculars out and I was just sat in the car looking at this road, waiting for something that looked like a recovery truck coming down. You know, something's got to go wrong. Luckily, it was after the ceremony, because if that had happened on the way to the ceremony, I might not have been so cool and calm and collected about it. So yeah, and then we drove back, had a night kind of halfway between Skye and where we live in Newcastle, a place called Aberfeldy, which again was lovely. It's still in Scotland. Went to the like Highland Centre. You can go on like a Highland safari, like in 4x4, and go and see like off the beaten track, and then there's deer and lots of things. But so before we left to go home, we went there, so we saw a few deer, and then we did gold panning, which was so much fun. We were the only ones doing it. There was lots of kids there, but all the kids went off on this safari thing, and me and Alex were stood there panning our little gold, and we were just so happy. So not a lot of gold was found. There was like flecks of it you could see, and it's, you know, I'm sure they have their own way of sieving that out after you're done. But a lot of fool's gold, and lots of clear quartz and rose quartz and amethyst, and so that was fun. But yeah, that was our little holiday. It was lots of fun. So we came back the Sunday, straight back to work on the Monday. But yeah, if you're following along on my Instagram, I was putting up stories kind of as it was happening. So if you liked that, thank you. Thank you for all the lovely comments on the pictures that I put up. But yeah, like I said, I'll share some more pictures when we get the actual gallery from the photographer. But I think that's it. I'm gonna go do some more work and sort all this out, and yeah, it's probably time to put more antibiotics in my eye. Oh yeah, that was the thing with my eye. So I've got like 5 days of antibiotics drops, and then 2 weeks. 2 weeks of steroids, and I can't wear my contacts for 6 weeks. So I've ordered some new glasses and some new prescription sunglasses because I am blind and I need to wear sunglasses because I've got light sensitivity anyway, but especially with this eye, it's even worse. So I've ordered some funky glasses as well. I never really had funky glasses before, and I'm excited. So I hope they come before the next video. But yeah, I'm just waffling now. I've probably forgot something that I want to say. I don't know. See you later. Bye.